Welcome. My name is Thomas. I'm here to share in this video how to start your tax preparation business from home or from a commercial location. It really doesn't matter, but just the name of the title. I borrowed this article from a site as I was doing research. So I'm just letting you know this article here is actually the steps I walk my clients through. I wrote my own ebook in my own words, and the steps that I walk them through might not be necessarily in the order that I'm walking through this article here with you with, because it's going to vary based on the clients that I deal with and their level of experience. I have a coaching program that's designed to work with new business owners in this career industry of tax preparation and taxation. So for those group of people that have no prior training or experience, uh, the steps will be kind of chronologically to what you see here. But for the ones who have prior training experience, already working in the industry, who want to take their business to the next level by being a boss as well as a tax preparer, those steps will not go in the same order as these steps because their experience already been in the industry will be a situation where we'll cover what you need to cover and not everything outside of what you need to cover. And so my coaching program offers a full service solution to removing all the guesswork from starting your own tax preparation business by yourself without having to figure it out, without making the mistakes that all new business owners make in this industry, by having someone who has the experience and the knowledge and the skills and the insight to help guide you through the process of getting started by yourself. Now, my coaching program is generally $2,000. I got it on special for $1,195. And once this limited time special is over with, it'll stay at 2000 to the end of the year, unless I decide to do another special promotion in fourth quarter. So normally in fourth quarter, I run a partnership program promo where I look for people to partner with me who have prior training experience already, who can leverage that to make extra money by bringing their clients through my business and my system and my software to make extra income. And so that's something that's been going on for the last several years, where you have companies that allow you to partner with them doing a revenue split, which a lot of times it's in their favor more so than yours. But in my situation, I do a 80-20, where you get the 80, I keep the 20, because that's not my primary way of making money. It's just an additional income stream. Plus, it helps you to be able to learn how to start your own full-fledged tax preparation business without doing it by yourself. So in this here video, we're just going to cover some of this information that I borrowed from an article that I found online. And so when it comes to starting a tax preparation business from home, this information lets you know that uh, on a federal level, there's no special requirements in place, but that's going to change if the IRS have their way. And I don't know how long it's going to take for that to happen, but at this point of this date and time of this video, there's no federal requirements to prepare taxes other than a PTIN, which is the tax preparer's identification number. And that's the number you get from the IRS, which allows them to keep track of you and how many tax returns you do. And so, other than that, on a state level, you might have 4, 5, 6 states at the most that have state requirements that you must have in place in order to pay taxes from those states. California one, Oregon one, and a few others I don't know by heart, and not trying to quote them because I don't want to misquote, so I won't go through that luxury of trying to do that. So if we scroll down this article, it says who can be a professional tax preparer. It says many people mistakenly believe that it's required an accounting degree or another type of educational achievement to become a professional tax preparer. So you might be surprised to know that the IRS isn't overly uh, strict right now, but they plan on getting there if they had a way. Most adults, as long as they have a IRS prepares tax identification number, may prepare federal tax returns for clients. That's the case. So the only difference between a person who has this PTIN number versus someone who has professional status is that they either CPA, which is a state license, where they took a 4 different part test to become state certified, or enroll agent, which is a 3 part exam, which is a federal license, or a tax attorney, which is a state license. So out of those 3 designations for a federal concern, EA is the only one that's a federal license. The other 2 are states. And so that's why sometimes you might notice a CPA/EA in their bios or their profile, because since CPA is a state license, they only can represent clients in the state that they got their license in. So if they got a license in Illinois and maybe they used to live in New York, where they might have 2 different state licenses as a CPA, well, those are 2 states they can represent clients in, but if they get enroll agent status, which is a federal license, it covers the whole 50 states, which gives them the power and the leverage to represent clients from all over the 50 states in tax matters. And so that's where the power and the leverage come from being an enroll agent, is that it's a federal license that given to you by the IRS. Now, when it comes to here, it says tax preparers with unlimited representation rights before the IRS. And that's what I just got through talking about ahead of time, was the enroll agent status of the individual who has passed the IRS exam. And so it covers individual, business, and administrative. And so licensed certified public accountants and licensed attorneys. So like I said again, those are the 3 most common uh, professional credentials that you can go out and get, that you can use to advertise on your blog or your website or your business card or whatever you talk about marketing. That's what that's really all about when it comes to how you use your professional credentials in marketing. And that can vary from state to state. Some states won't allow you to use certain uh, parts of your professional status to market. So you just have to check it out for your own self based on the state you live in. And then it says, so we're gonna skip. We're not gonna go to every last bit of piece of this because we'll be too long on that. I just doing an overview of the actual things we walk through. And so this here, the annual filing season program is voluntarily. You can participate or not. It's not mandatory. And this is mainly for people who brand new. They don't have a professional status, like I just mentioned. They're not an enroll agent. They're not a CPA, or they're not a tax attorney, but they want to have some type of designation under their belt that helps build their credibility. So the annual filing season program will help do that, because the IRS has a database that you can go to check out the person that's going to do your taxes, if you're going to do your due diligence up front or beforehand. So that's important to have. So if they got this designation, it'll show on the database that the IRS has, or whatever designation they have, if any, will show on that database. So when it comes to this piece in here, like I said, it's $37.95 to get this peaching. It was free for a while, but when the pandemic kicked in, they started charging for it again. And so this is what you need to have to be able to prepare taxes if you're getting paid to do it. So if you're charging a fee to do taxes, you need this number. If you're doing taxes for free, you don't need this number. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference. People who are doing taxes for free, they're not trying to make a living off of it. They're not trying to make no extra income. And they just like doing it. They don't have to sign it. They don't need this pizza. But if you're doing it for compensation, you must have this number. Then it says, do you need special training to be a professional tax preparer? IRS training requirements. And so when it comes to this, you definitely want to be able to take your income tax course somewhere based on where you live at. So if you live in a city or county or country, wherever your demographic is, and this here video is all about people in the U.S. I service U.S. clients only, and so when I talk about demographic, I'm talking about in the 50 states, wherever that is for you. And so you find you a school or a place that provides income tax preparation training that you can take. That's going to help you build on a foundation to be able to provide the service. Is going to be important. And then software training is going to be another part of that, because we use software to do the work with. And so if you're starting off by yourself, then you got to you're gonna have a challenge of trying to figure out what course and who I'm gonna take it through to learn how to prepare taxes. From there, what software I'm gonna use to learn to prepare taxes with. So it's all these different questions and things you have to know how to do that you got to ask yourself, how you gonna make that happen if you plan on starting your own business by yourself. So that's why my coaching program is so vital for the new woman who wants to get started but don't want to do it by herself, who wants somebody who can guide her through, somebody who won't give her support and training and confidence and insight that she needs to help her fast track her success to building a successful, profitable tax preparation business is what she's looking for. And so, like I said, I'm gonna scroll down through to this stuff. I'm not covering everything. And so, like I said, California has tax education. You know, you got to definitely have your stuff in order if you're living in California and you plan on doing taxes. So that's one of the states that has state requirements. And then, so when it comes to a home office, basically you'll need a computer or laptop, printer, uh, ink, copy paper, business cards, which is optional. It's up to you how you want to market yourself. Basic supplies, paper, pens, binders, folders, notebooks, stuff like that. And so, like I said, this article here walks you through how to get started. But the challenge you're gonna face being brand new, if that's you, is where you gonna go to get started. You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna go to your local Jackson Hewitt H&R Block who offers the so-called free tax course uh, throughout the season for people who are looking to learn how to do taxes? Or are you gonna take an online class from one of the schools that's teaching it, who might not be teaching it from an updated version of the course? And so that's a problem with some of the schools that's online. They might be offering this course, but a lot of times they're not teaching from updated material. I experienced that with a particular school, which I won't mention in this video, where the course material they used was 3 to 5 years old compared to the current year we was in, which was bogus. You know, and as far as I'm concerned, they be trying to teach somebody anything with outdated information. So you got to be careful with that. Uh, and so when it comes to business license and permits, well, if you're working from home, you won't need that. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to be mandatory. You know what I'm saying? Home-based business. But based on where you live at, you want to do your own due diligence and make sure you don't need that for the state or city or demographics you live in, because every place, so you might want to go and check that out. And so as we scroll through this here, it's a lot of information. And this here is a PDF of someone else's article that I grabbed offline. And it says share this article. So I get permission to share this article. And so I'm gonna leave this link inside the description of the video where you can take it and use it to walk through getting started if you want to do it by yourself. Or you can reach out to me, take advantage of this promo I got of $1,195, and you get free tax preparation training, free professional software training, and a whole lot of other perks and bonuses that I'm not going to mention in this video. And so I have a link inside my description of my video that's going to take you to my booking site where you can book a free 30-minute consultation under the title of Coaching for New Tax Pros. And so that's the name of my coaching course, and that's what I offer. I specialize in work with new people who want to start their own tax preparation business in this career industry. And so when it's all said and done, take advantage of that booking link, take advantage of the free 30-minute consultation, learn, be educated, be sent over some real world training information that I use and the industry use to help train you on how to learn how to prepare individual income taxes. And I'll see you in my next video.